Alright guys, here's my 9 tips for videography with your mobile phone. Let's do this. There are literally billions of people around the world with mobile phones, but as a friend of mine once said, most of us have a Ferrari in our pockets, but we're driving it in first gear. Here's tips how to turn your crappy handheld mobile video into professional quality storytelling. Tip number 1, orientation. It doesn't matter if you shoot landscape or vertical. What is important is that you continue to do the same framing throughout. You can't start half your video vertically and then finish it landscape. It's got to be the same. Generally, I believe that people that are enjoying a lean back experience like Netflix or watching a YouTube video, that tends to be landscape. But if I'm on a bus, on a train, engaging with Snapchat, Instagram, that's a very vertical, lean forward experience. And that's how I decide if I'm going to go lean back or lean forward, vertical or landscape. For the purpose of this demonstration, let's go landscape. There's many things we can fix about your video. We can stabilize it and edit. We can even change the colors. But one of the few things that we struggle to repair, that we struggle to bring back, is bad quality audio. So listen out. For example, here you want to make sure it's not too windy so you don't hear. You want to make sure that there's no sounds of cars and buses, or maybe there's an air conditioner or fan that's happening in the room that you're in right now. Turn that off. Best case scenario, you want to have a microphone. But if you don't have a microphone, get closer. Tip number 3, lighting. Make sure the light is always behind the smartphone. So right now I'm quite well lit, but if we turn around over here and the sun is behind me, suddenly I'm silhouetted. There's no details, you can't see me. Always make sure the windows are behind the camera. The sun is behind the camera. Tip number 4, composition. Let's look at the rule of thirds. So if I was filming Andy, he could look interesting in the middle of the shot, but it's often more interesting if we put him at these intersections. So I'm going to move my camera and put him at that intersection. This is what we call the rule of thirds. Setting the camera up into thirds and putting Andy at the intersection of those thirds to create a more dramatic shot. So composition is also about framing the shot so it contextualizes who that character is. Andy loves Shoreditch, and one of the main streets in Shoreditch is Brick Lane. So if I was gonna film Andy, I get a shot of him with that Brick Lane sign right behind him, so it contextualizes him. If I wanted to create a little bit more depth, I'd come around here and capture that looking down the street using the lines of the road to create a sense of depth. Often when I see amateur video, there's just too much movement. It's like, oh, look at this bicycle and look at this car coming by. Treat your video a little bit like a series of stills. If I was gonna get this landscape, still of the bicycle. 1, 2, 3. Another shot of the wall. 1, 2, 3. Another shot of the sky. 1, 2, 3. And if you are going to move the camera, move with conviction. If you're gonna pan, start in one location, like here. 1, 2, 3. Pan and land. 1, 2, 3. So these are the bicycles that you can get around London. If I was gonna do a story on them, I'd need a variety of shots. Start out with the wide shot, really establishing the location. I would then get a mid shot. Maybe this would be my mid shot. I might then get some close-ups. Get in on those details, really get the gears. A few more close-ups in my variety of shots. Maybe I'm coming down here. And that's how you achieve a variety of shots. For any shoot that you do, any person you meet, any object you shoot, aim to have at least 4 or 5 different angles. One of the biggest difference between amateur and professional video is the ability to create a sequence with a sense of continuity. Something happens, then something else, shot behind a shot creates a sequence. Here's an example. So the sequence starts with a shot of Andy arriving at the store, and then I want another shot of Andy from this angle, and then I'll get another angle from inside. Cool. And then we'll get shots of Andy having a look around, taking his jacket off. And then he unzips the jacket, and then he pulls it off the hanger, and then he pulls it round, and then finally Andy ends up at the mirror. of visuals comes with experience, but once you've got it, it makes the way you create content so much smoother. If I'm talking about the economy grinding to a halt in my video, that's pretty hard to visualize, but I might show a truck slowing down. If I say that we are entering a new era, I might show a visual of somebody walking through a door. This is what we mean when we talk about writing to visuals, making sure that your images and your visuals mirror each other. Okay guys, so that was a few examples of how to shoot with your phone. Of course, don't bring bad television habits here. We're teaching you tools, not rules. You don't necessarily need a tripod. You don't necessarily need to do anything. It's all up to you. Be creative. Have fun. This is a new era, and it's a new form of videography. Invent your own visual storytelling language. You can't get it wrong. It's gonna be awesome. I'll see you in the next episode.